Welcome back to CD Criminally Inclined, where we break down the culture, the controversies, and the conspiracies in hip-hop. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about topics online: death sacrifices in the music industry. Are they real? Or just a conspiracy fueled by tragedy and mystery? Let's start with the theory. A lot of fans believe that in order to reach the highest levels of fame and success, some artists or labels are tied to secret groups, often called the Illuminati, who demand sacrifices. According to this belief, when rappers like Tupac and Biggie died young, it wasn't random. It was part of a ritual, a so-called sacrifice, to keep the machine of fame and fortune running. Many artists die right when they're about to blow up or after speaking out against the industry. Dark imagery, occult references, and strange lyrics that seem predictive. At the end of the day, whether you believe in industry sacrifices or not, one thing is clear: too many artists are dying too young. And instead of chasing conspiracies, maybe we should be talking about how to protect artists from violence, addiction, and exploitation. Every time a rapper dies young, the internet lights up with the same question: was it just tragedy or was it a sacrifice? Fans say the industry runs on deals you'll never read in a contract. They claim that some artists and executives trade lives for success. A loved one dies right before an artist blows up. An artist is taken out just as their career hits its peak. And always, someone else benefits. Always seem to come at suspicious moments: album releases, label disputes, or just as an artist is about to gain independence. Dark imagery, satanic references, and hidden messages in music videos feed the idea of ritualistic control. After an artist dies, their music streams skyrocket, merchandise sells out, and labels cash in. To some, it looks like death is more valuable than life. The industry feeds off young talent, pushing them into dangerous lifestyles: drugs, violence, mental strain. And when tragedy strikes, labels don't mourn, they monetize. Why do people think King Von was sacrificed by Lil Durk? I will name a few key points that points out King Von was sacrificed. As you all know, King Von was shot and killed after he had a fight with Quando Rondo at Atlanta's Hookah Lounge. Less than 2 years later, Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pub gets murdered at Los Angeles. Then on October 24, 2024, Lil Durk gets arrested for murder for hire plot for Lil Pub's death. Fans finally thought Lil Pub was about to get justice. Fast forward to August of 2025, OTF Vonnie's father made serious allegations suggesting that Lil Durk orchestrated King Von's death. He claims to possess evidence indicating that Lil Durk paid Lil Tim to have Von killed, fearing that Von would surpass him in the music industry. In a video with Academics and Trenches News, Vonnie's father further asserts that Vonnie and Lil Durk had planned King Von's demise, implying a betrayal within their circle. These allegations have sparked significant controversy and debate among fans and the hip-hop community.
And I got all the receipts, all of them.
Are you saying this in regards to your son, though?
I'm saying it to any Muslim that knew about this, that didn't fix this. He knew about it and he didn't fix it. Dirk knew about it and he didn't fix it.
Okay.
Big Dirk and Little Dirk knew about it and they didn't fix it.
Okay, explain the situation as you know it, because I think a lot of people.
I mean, I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door, and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Dirk asked Vonnie, "Is it open?" Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the death of Von, like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Dirk asked Vonnie, "Was it open?" This is what he asked him. Was it open? Those was the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Do
you understand that?
I hear you. Are you insinuating that?
I'm not insinuating. I'm giving you facts.
But I'm asking you, are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right?
Yeah.
I got bankers. That'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that, another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Von before he died. Who doesn't want their friend to tell on them after they die and to free themselves up? You've seen how Von looked at him in that courtroom. So this is what it is. I mean, this is what it is. We ain't got to go no further. Like I said, I got all the receipts. This is what it is. As I said, he asked him, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
So you think that
We ain't no think. I'm willing to put my life on it because I'm speaking right now out loud to this. So I'm willing to die for this. If a person is killed for speaking the truth, he won. He won.
So you're saying
Period.
that Durk wanted...
Hey, well, I don't know why you keep repeating it as if you don't understand it. You don't understand what I'm saying. You understand English. I said first we got to establish motive.
Why would Durk want Von unalived?
Oh, man, let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no slave 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slave. Dude was a slave. He was signed to Coke Boys. He was a slave. Von wasn't no slave.
Lil Durk fans thought Lil Pub's murder was get back for King Von, but now they are confused with questions. Okay, now let me start from the beginning. King Von and Lil Durk first connected through Oblock in the streets of Chicago, but their bond really grew when Von came home from jail in 2017. Both from Chicago's South Side. Durk is from Englewood, while Von grew up in Parkway Gardens, better known as Oblock, which is close by. They already knew of each other because of neighborhood ties and mutual friends. After serving time for a gun charge, Von came home and Lil Durk, who had already started his career, was one of the first big rappers to support him. King Von was signed to Lil Durk's record label, Only the Family, OTF. Von released his breakout single Crazy Story in December 2018, which gained significant attention and helped establish his presence in the Chicago drill scene. However, some discussions suggest that while Von was affiliated with OTF, he may not have been officially signed to the label in a traditional contractual sense. 100K Track and others mentioned that artists like Von and others were just OTF, but not necessarily signed. However, I believe that Durk has benefited from Von's material since Durk has consistently concentrated on supporting Von.
When I say he never signed a Durk, like that's being said, it's like Durk wasn't on some shit like, yo, bro, you gotta sign this right here, right now, or we ain't doing business. Like, it wasn't on some lame shit like that. It was like, bro, you my brother, like, do what you gotta do. You don't gotta sign to me, like, directly. But as far as, like, we agreed mutually, like, of course he's involved with Von, like, he gets his share, he get his royalties and shit like that. So Durk makes money off Von, but no, he wasn't physically, like, signed to him.
Record labels often take out life insurance policies on rappers and other artists, especially when the artist is a major financial investment. This practice isn't always widely talked about, but it does happen. If an artist dies unexpectedly, the label loses money from album sales, tours, merchandise, and other investments. Insurance protects them from that financial loss. Hip-hop, especially street-oriented rap, is seen as a high-risk industry due to violence, legal issues, and health risks. Labels sometimes treat it like insuring an athlete in a dangerous sport. If a rapper passes away before paying back advances, the insurance payout can cover what the label invested. King Von's death raised speculation that OTF and Empire might have had insurance policies in place. Many independent labels, especially those distributing through Empire, have been rumored to use insurance policies to protect investments.
Lil Durk Lloyd was right there, bro. Got that man ID, try to get his mom. She did get his what address, right? So they was gonna have something done to shorty anywhere it go.
Right. You think Durk was rich?
Who?
Durk was rich.
Durk was rich.
Was he rich?
When King Von was alive?
Yeah, was he rich?
Hell no.
Stop playing on me.
Don't let that trick you out, man.
So you telling him he needed $40,000.
Man, he just got rich.
Here's what unfolded on the night King Von was killed, November 6, 2020. At approximately 2:15 a.m. local time, King Von and his crew arrived outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta after leaving Opium nightclub. At the same time, rival crew affiliated with rapper Quando Rondo was also present. An argument quickly escalated into gunfire between the two groups. Von was struck in the exchange and later died at the hospital that day. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation reported that 6 people were shot, 2 people died, King Von and Slutty, and 3 others were wounded. Off-duty and on-duty Atlanta Police Department officers did fire shots during the incident, but investigators believe Von was killed before officers returned fire. When King Von began fighting Quando, Lil Tim intervened by shooting King Von at the back, causing havoc. That is when 2 cops that were around ran to the shooting scene and saw members of Oblock shooting back at Lil Tim. The cops began firing at the oblock members, killing Slutty and injuring Louis and other members. One of the oblock members shot Lil Tim after he fired several shots at Vaughn. After one bullet injured him, he fell to the ground while still waving his gun, but he got up, climbed into the white SUV with Quando and drove off. Why didn't the police shoot Lil Tim when he was down and still waving around his pistol? They shot at oblock members, but none of Quando's crew members were shot, including Lil Tim. Prior to the fight, King Von was exhausted and worn out from the narcotics he had taken earlier that night. When a member of his crew noticed Quando, they awakened him up, and Von got up right away to approach Quando. Quando seemed to know King Von was on his way when he went up to him, and Lil Tim was prepared too. Quando, Lil Tim and the two cops knew very well what was about to go down. Another question is why King Von and his group would drive to a hooker lounge that was already closed when they arrived. Who was the crew's mastermind? Von was worn out and exhausted, so it's most definitely not him. Someone on the team was aware of what was happening. Reports indicate that Lil Durk discovered news of King Von being shot while he was live on Instagram. Followers tuned into his stream alerted him in real time, effectively breaking the news to him mid-live session. Durk hadn't been physically present at the scene. There's no evidence suggesting Lil Durk was in Atlanta or near the Monaco hookah lounge when the shooting occurred. Instead, he learned about Von's condition remotely, via his IG live broadcast. However, now that everything is beginning to come to light, it appears that Lil Durk was aware of everything beforehand. Even as all the comments were flooding in during live streaming, he took a while before reacting, and his expression showed no signs of shock or emotion. Rather, it seemed as though he was aware of what had transpired. Do you believe Quando Rondo and Lil Durk are members of the Illuminati? Did they sacrifice their own buddies in order to gain greater notoriety and wealth? Or are all of these things really coincidences and myths? Please share your thoughts in the comment box provided below, and remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel.